Hey guys, this is Martin. We are in the cross-site scripting section, and today's lab is Stored DOM XSS. So the lab has a stored DOM vulnerability in the block comment functionality, and to solve this lab, we need to call the alert function. Okay, pretty straightforward, but there is a filter which we need to bypass. So let's head over. Let's first of all look at the comment function. So I'm going here in the comment function, and I simply add a basic cross-site scripting payload, like something like this. So image source means like load an image from that source, and then if that source doesn't exist, and if it doesn't exist, then throw an error, basically. So pretty straightforward. I put in test at test.com, test.com. Okay, so I post this comment, and I go back to the block. And what happened is I can see it, right? I can see it here. But if I look at the page source and I look for alert, I should be, or what was it? Image source, img source, img src. So I don't find it. Okay. The reason for that is because it's a DOM XSS. It's not a regular XSS. So this all happens in the DOM. So let's take a look at the inspect element. Let's do this. And we basically see that it has been taking this input, but it's basically displaying it as text, right? So it's in the paragraph tag. So something is preventing this from firing. Now I presume this is the angle brackets, right? So what we can do, what is a good practice is basically head over, go to the target, and take a look if there is any JavaScript files or something like this. Like, yeah, this looks interesting, and then send this to repeater. So this is effectively a JavaScript file which is being loaded. And let's take a look at this, what it actually does. So we have an AJAX call to start with, and it does a GET request and whatnot. So this is all not interesting. What immediately stands out is this. It says function escape HTML. That sounds like, hey, they're escaping HTML. And what they're doing is they're replacing the, when it's being rendered, they're basically replacing the open angle bracket with this string, and they're replacing the closed angle bracket with that string. Now this is interesting. But what I immediately read, and this is before it's being passed to the eval function, right? What I immediately read out of this is it's only checking for the occurrence of these angle brackets once. So if it's more than once in there, maybe it only checks on the first one. And by the looks of it, it's only replacing one set of these angle brackets. So there is one way to find out. We head back to our blog and we make another post, basically. But this time, let's try something like this. Let's do this. Open angle bracket, closed angle bracket, and then our payload. And if my assumption is right, it should basically fire the XSS simply for the fact because based on the JavaScript code, it's only doing this replacement function once as sanitization. So let's post this and let's go back to the block. And you can see my XSS has now fired because it was in fact just filtering out the first set of angle brackets, but the other ones were passed unchecked. So this is like a logic vulnerability on the developer's part. I hope this makes sense, and I see you in the next video.